Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the YouthLead webinar series. I'm Maria Brindelmeyer, the Senior Knowledge Management Specialist and YouthLead Coordinator with the Youth Power Learning Project at Making Sense International. Before we get started with our speakers for today, a few housekeeping instructions. Please help share the information more widely on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and you can see our hashtags and handles above. The slides and the recording will be shared on youthlead.org after the webinar. On today's webinar and other webinars, you'll get to know our team members. I'm the one on the left, and you can see Abolaji Omitugon and Ikenna Anyadise, two Atlas Corps fellows from Nigeria who focus on knowledge management and communications for both YouthLead.org and YouthPower.org, including content maintenance and webinars. Nilima Raut, the second from the left, is the project manager for YouthLead and also an Atlas Corps fellow from Nepal. YouthLead is a component of the Youth Power Learning project, and Youth Power Learning is focused on sharing knowledge, learning, tools, and best practices, and what works in positive youth development with the broader development community and with youth. We have defined positive youth development as containing 4 components. Youth should have assets, that could be skills or funding, should have the ability to leverage those assets, that means agency, and the ability to contribute to positive change for themselves and their communities. And youth should also be surrounded by an enabling environment that supports them. Until last year, Youth Power Learning's main focus was on youth supporting organizations, for example, organizations that were implementing youth programs or doing research about youth programs. But the focus had not been on youth themselves as a target audience for the website. With YouthLead, which was launched at the World Bank's Youth Summit in December 2018, the focus is on young change makers 15 to 35 years old. So let me hand it over to Nilima. Nilima, tell us a little bit more about YouthLead.
Thank you, Maria. The vision for YouthLead is to become the global hub for young change makers aged 15 to 35, enabling them to maximize their impact through networking, mentoring, and accessing information. The platform offers a great opportunity for youth, different countries, different networks, to inspire and learn from each other, connect beyond their traditional circles, and benefit from many diverse resources and information. And with Google Translate on every page, it is available to a larger group of youth. We have selected over 20 young change makers as YouthLead ambassadors. The ambassadors are sharing information about YouthLead with their networks and increasing engagement with YouthLead through discussion groups, social media, and now also by sharing their experiences through webinars. In addition to selecting the YouthLead ambassadors, we are also organizing campaigns. For example, a photo contest and a video contest. We are organizing campaigns, mini campaigns by topic, example on mental health or peace building with relevant resources. And we are organizing webinars, some led by ambassadors, some by YouthLead sponsors. We have over 20 sponsors that are collaborating on YouthLead. Now, let me hand it over to today's host of the webinar.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name
Good
is
morning, Abolaji.
Hi, Juipille. I'm happy to be your host for today's webinar session. And today's webinar topic is titled Building a Sustainable Foundation in Haiti with Bamboo and as pillars. I'm super delighted to present to you one of our YouthLead ambassadors, who will be sharing his lessons learned and experiences on building sustainable foundations in Haiti, and how young changemakers can effectively execute successful projects using bamboo. Our speaker for today is Jupille Facile, YouthLead Ambassador from Haiti. Juipille is a youth leader and an entrepreneur passionate about creating sustainable environments. Is passionate about youth advocacy, youth entrepreneurship, and community development. Juipille is also passionate about creating green futures and a more resilient community using bamboo and other clean sources of energy and other clean and green solutions. We will not be taking questions now until the end of the presentation, so please feel free to post your questions in the chat on the right-hand side of your screen throughout the webinar, and we'll get to your questions at the end of the webinar. I would now hand off to Juipille, who will do a broad introduction of himself and present the topic for today. Juipille?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Abolaji. My name is Facile Juipille. I'm founder of Bambou Facile, an organization that promotes bamboo and construction, manufacturing, and environment protection. I'm YouthLead Ambassador for Haiti, and I'm a Juiplle in 2018, Juiplle Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative Fellow. So I'm very happy today to talk about my work and to the title, Building a Sustainable Foundation in Haiti with Bamboo as Pillar. So as you see, I say yes for a green future and a more resilient community. The environment is one of the greatest resources that we can have because we are living inside, and it's really important that we really take care of the environment, because even any success we can as humans can have, if we don't protect our community, our environment, we are still vulnerable. So this webinar will show how bamboo can bring a lot of solutions to low-income communities based on its versatilities by using the framework of Bambou Facile in Haiti. So for the content of this webinar, we're gonna talk about who we are, the team of Bambou Facile, the challenges that we are addressing, the solutions, and some advising we can have for you guys, change makers. So the first thing is who we are. We are a group of professionals, leaders, and citizen engaged citizen. So professional in engineering, we are two and civil engineer, and we have one and industrial engineer. We have one electrical engineer, one manager, and one person in law. So this is a team that really passionate to work on using bamboo, make the bamboo a really like asset for sustainable development in Haiti. So the pinpoint that inspires us to come with Bamboo Facile in Haiti. So we categorize them in three. First of all, environmental. Hello? Hello? Environmental.
Hello,
So yes, you're here. Okay, good. So environmental. In Haiti, we have a lot of deforestation, and I have to mention before continue that we have the same problem, the same nature. Maybe they can appear differently, but the whole we have the same problem. For example, environmental problem. In Haiti, we have a cover forestry less than 3%. So a lot of deforestation. People always cut bamboo for the economic, asset. We have about 80% of slope. Haiti is a mountainous country. We have a lot of mountain, so 80% of mountain in Haiti. So because of that, when they cut the trees, we have the landslide because we don't have enough trees to maintain the land. And because of that, we have erosion, flood, global warming. I think global warming is a global challenge, but it really affects Haiti. We have susceptibility to natural disaster. We had an earthquake that happened in 2010 that made more than 2,000, 200,000 people die, and more than 300,000 houses collapsed. And we have loss of biodiversity, reduction of water resources, and also we have infrastructural challenges in coexisting and concrete. The material that we use a lot, the most is concrete. And during the earthquake, most, I can say 90% of the houses that collapsed was in concrete. We have really high cost to material. The material really costs very high. The steel and concrete, and we have a lot of shanty town because state doesn't really care of infrastructure. Anybody can build any houses anyway, anywhere. So the state doesn't care, or all people build houses, so that made these houses most of the time vulnerable. And also we have socio-economical problem, unemploymental, and excessive importation, extreme poverty, rural exodus. So as a citizen, as a leaders, as a change makers, I've been inspired first of all to the earthquake in 2010, and it's why I choose to study civil engineering to see how I can be one of the person that bring part of the solution to decrease the amount of people or houses that we can lose during a potential concrete. So we had the possibility to make bamboo, and the first time we made the bamboo, we saw that in some country they use bamboo for doing good construction, and we do a lot of studies on the bamboo to see how we can use the bamboo in Haiti to resolve the problem of housing. And for that, because bamboo was like a resources that people didn't use before, so we promote the growth and the use of bamboo. This is the first thing that we do. Advocacy, promoting the growth and the use of bamboo throughout the country, of education, exposure, training. So a way to show the assets of the bamboo. At the university, we do a lot of activities. And the second thing is construction. Cost effective and disaster resistant houses to demonstrate feasibility of bamboo structure and reflect local preferences and realities. Most of the time when you go to low income community, you meet the people, and there's people when you ask why you build a vulnerable houses, they say, I don't have money, I don't have choice, I have to find somewhere to live. So we've been having finding the bamboo not only cost effective but disaster resistant, so they can live in an eco-friendly way. So for example, this project, as you can see, that project is one of the most famous projects Bambou Facile has built. So this project, as you can see, is very beautiful. This is the analysis of bamboo that we modeling, and with consultation with the community, which is earthquake and hurricane resistant, low cost and comparative to other materials, easy to build and create a new identity. You imagine just this project, we just replicate it, duplicate it. So this gives another view, very beautiful, very resilient, and very interesting. And we promote also like sustainable energy. and renewable energy. So for the roof, we provide the possibility to use the solar energy, the sun energy that's really sustainable. And we also use bamboo. What we do is, so we train people, because if we are doing something national, we have to involve different people in the community and universities and like local organization. It's why we organize training for them. We have more than 50 people that we already train. They can build with bamboo. They can do in manufacturing. They can do a lot of things. So thanks to Bamboo Facile, because we believe that what we do is not like a business, but it's the sustainable solutions. And our dream is that to take Haiti from shanty town to bamboo town. Bambouville is shantytown in French. So from shantytown to bamboo town, this is our dream. You can see at the left, it's very confusing. It's very like it's not beautiful. So and the white picture, you see the bamboo, or it's very organized, and this is the kind of city that we want, the bamboo town that our vision is to have in Haiti, so that we can decrease the vulnerability and increase the resilience of Haiti. The other thing that we we do is production. Manufacturers of bamboo-based architectural element, both architectural and non-structural decorative. So we use bamboo as a economic asset. When we go to low-income community, we see that we have challenges, financial challenges. We train them and we allow them to establish production centers, and they become our supplier. So they're doing a lot of good stuff in bamboo. They become our supplier, and they make money at the same time. And also they plant bamboo. We make them planting bamboo. That's very, very important for us. So you can see the stuff are very beautiful, and we are producing and increasing our production. Our dream is to create a really big bamboo industry in Haiti, so that we can internationally export. We can have our products available internationally. And we are farming. One of the most important projects that we have is the PREBA. PREBA is the program of bamboo reforestation, a program that accelerates bamboo farming in Haiti. In order to allow that what we are making is sustainable, we don't only could cut the bamboo, but actually we are planting the bamboo, so that we can make sure that what we are doing is sustainable. We can have the bamboo available in the future, and also to locally produce the main varieties of bamboo needed, exported the bamboo, and it also allow to entrepreneurs to regain the confidence in Haiti, and invest in the bamboo industry, and encourage those experiencing poverty to plant the material and become bamboo entrepreneurs. So though the program of WEBA that we already added to YouthLead platform, we are accelerating the bamboo farming. We have many people that already join our platform that plant bamboo. They become entrepreneurs of bamboo. They sell us the bamboos, and they contribute to the cover forestry of the country. That is very, very important for us. So bamboo addresses three significant national concepts in Haiti. The first, ecologically, conservation of forests to timber substitution, alternate materials to non-biodegradable and high energy consuming material like metal and plastic, sustainable food security, bamboo with the possibility to maintain the fertility of the soil, so that we have livelihood security. So we are creating a lot of jobs in the process of bamboo, in the process of manufacturing, in the process of construction, and the process of bamboo farming. So we are addressing this three CFN national concept that is very, very huge in Haiti. And for our impact, we have that there's impact of vulnerability mitigation, and when bamboo has had the possibility to consolidate the ground by planting bamboo, we prevent a landslide, we prevent erosion, we contribute to reforestation, and our dream is with the PREBA, with the new program, the program of bamboo reforestation, our dream is to move Haiti to 3%, less than 3% of cover forestry, to 50% of cover forestry with bamboo, by the 5 next years. That's really a really good challenge for us. And we have energy efficiencies and materials. So now you can have bamboo very easily to build houses, very resistant, very economic, and very resistant to earthquake. And environmental protection, the technology, the bamboo has the possibility to provide more than 40% of oxygen, more than any plant. So that will really challenge the global warming challenge that we have in Haiti. That's very, very important. So some numbers. We have now 10 artisans in our production center. We have more than 10 artisans, but in our own production center, we have 10 production center. So 10 artisans working supplier in our network. So there are approximately 6 people in the family. So when you do when we multiply 10 by 6, we have 60% that directly depend on what we're doing. We have over than 50 students and professionals that involved directly in a process of bamboo cultivation. And we have 7 hectares of land available for our bamboo farm and bamboo industry. That will be a central hub and promote innovation. So this is the process we have in creating a really big bamboo industry that will use the bamboo in a high technology and export the bamboo, make it available internationally. And recently we have 3 persons that have decided to create their own bamboo farm, becoming a supplier. So that is very, very important for us. And we have more than 10 bamboo bamboo houses project, different project, not the same project, more than 10 houses, bamboo houses project. And so what are the best approaches that made an impact or increase your impact? What will you do differently if I start the Compile project again? So it is a country as other country, as many other country. Haiti has a lot of challenges, and the best way for me was the involvement of the community. Because when I start basically with no resources. I start with only the idea, the desire to come with something different, something sustainable, and I try to convince people around me, make them involved into what I'm doing. And I have to tell you, when I start, people look at me, then they ignore me. And now they are working with me because they see that the thing that I'm doing having a lot of impact, environmental, socioeconomic impact, and we have had a lot of impact. So Haiti is a country that have a lot of like challenges, corruption, sustainability, and this is one of the most important thing is that to not let you affected by corruption. That is very, very important. And I can say that this is the challenge I meet. The challenge of transparencies. And it's very, very important. You cannot grow if you are not transparent. And in Bamboo Facile, if you come, anybody can come. You will understand everything. Everything is clear. Because when there is corruption, you cannot grow. We always have misunderstanding and we will fail. And I think that and YouthLead platform, I had a lot of like resources that talking about that importance of transparencies, importance of like communication. So that really helped me to keep healthier my enterprise, my organization, and to overcome these challenges. So I have some advice for you. So when we have a lot of entrepreneurs in Haiti, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of businessmen. We have a lot of businessmen in Haiti. Unfortunately, you don't really see the like what new they knew the value they bring to the Asian community because they are businessmen. So the first advice is be an entrepreneur or change maker, not a businessman. Because the businessman is care about his money most of the time. His money, not necessarily the solution he bring. He bring I buy that for $1. The businessman is oh I can sell it for $2. So I have one more dollars. But the entrepreneurs is thinking about or it can bring a solution. The first thing you think about is the solution and a solution which is sustainable. So that's very important. So the world need people that bring solution, not people that make money, but people that bring solution, that resolve problem. So being that category of people that improve the world and make sure your sustainable is sustainable, your solution is sustainable. That's very important. So make sure that your solution has an innovation and it's sustainable. And by my experience with Bamboo Facile, we start with very, very low resources, very low. I can say with an idea. So now I can say we are growing a lot. So from us starting to now we are growing a lot. We have employer, we have people, we have employees, we have suppliers, we have a lot of people that are involved. So I start very with few resources. I make people believe in what I want. I make people involved, and now we are going. So even you don't have a lot of resources, you can start even small, but with big vision. With a big vision, you can start small, but with big vision. Using your network as big resources. This is one of the thing that I didn't know before. I have to tell you that I didn't know before the importance of resources of your network. The importance of your network. The network is one of the biggest resources that you can have, but you have to know how you can mobilize it. It's why I really love the asset-based community development. It is about how you can mobilize the resources that you have to do what you do. Most of the time, you don't need money first. You don't have to And leaders generally are not thinking about money at the first time. They're thinking about what they want to do, what resources that they have, they can mobilize to do that. And you find the resources of your network, of your environment, and that's very important. And also, please, don't spend too much time on complaining. Work to change what you don't like. And it is an example. We have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of young that are really discouraged. They can do that, they can do that. The government don't do that, they don't do that. And they spend their life on complaining. And me, I say no, as a leaders, I have to be the hope. I have to be the person that that bring hope for those that are discouraged, that work to change what people are complaining. Even you can change it, you have to try. You have to try because nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And as an author said, the word itself means I am possible. Impossible means I am possible. So don't waste your time only on complaining, but wasting your time on working for changing what you don't like. And that's very, very important. So YouthLead, being ambassador has allowed me to grow a lot. The first thing is most of the time I spend my time on the community side. I didn't really active on social media. So one of the most important things with YouthLead in the last 6 months, I had the opportunity to align my work, and that's very important. And one of the things that I didn't imagine is that many people contact me, say me, yo, thank you for that. When I see your posts, I have more motivation. I see hope because I see someone, a young, that in that situation still continue to work, doing good thing. Me, I feel more motivated and I want more to do more thing. And I think this is one of the vision of the goals of YouthLead, to like getting people connected, by using the resources available to YouthLead, becoming smarter. I am able to manage my organization with more efficiency. Get inspired to see how many young from Africa, from Peru, from many countries that are doing good things, and I feel that I'm not alone, and that very strengthening my motivation to keep doing good thing in my community. And so YouthLead allow me to highlight my project, my work, and I invite you to see my different project, my different resources on YouthLead platform. I wrote one, my experience about Juiplle. I had one another for PREBA, the program of Bamboo Reforestation. I have one for Bambou Facile, you can explore it. And I have the Haiti textile. I have many. So that's very important. So the world are able to see what I'm doing here in Haiti and involving in discussion. So YouthLead allow me to raise our impact. We post activities and related opportunities. We share, we work with other change makers and the platform, and also in our I can say in our community. Thank you so much for your listening, and I'm very happy to hear the questions, and will be very happy to answer to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juipille. Thank you for your presentation. This has been very, very insightful. We can't emphasize the place of creating sustainable environments, yeah, all over the world and globally. And your activities, of course, have been a very good example of such. I'll be handing over to Lilima, who will be asking questions that we have here. And after she takes the questions from you, we'll be advancing to Facebook also to get questions from our audience on Facebook. Yeah, so Lilima, over to you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Abulaji. So my first question to you, Juipille. First of all, thank you for the presentation. And my first question for you is, as a social entrepreneur, what has been the biggest challenge so far in your change-making activities? Most especially in dealing with people who doubt the capabilities and opportunities your solutions can create. And it's a pretty long question. So how were you able to overcome those challenges?
Yeah, so as I told in my presentation, in Haiti, because of political instability that really affect the daily living in the community, it's really difficult to organize activities. It's really difficult also to make people involving in something that we are doing. So it's really difficult to get people believe so that they can even challenges come and participate to making the change. So for the challenges, the most of the thing is that to show the sustainable aspect of what we are doing is not something, it's not something that you are doing for today, but it's something that you will be personally grow, that will be have community impact, and that will make you an hero because you are doing something very different. And so that you find many people that involve, and people involve. And but even sometimes things are very exaggerate, but they keep the same motivation. And I think this is very important to inspire people around you, like faith, because for me, faith is one of the pillar values a team should have. Faith on what you are doing, being able to inspire the faith. So from that faith, you will be very consistent to anytime, anything. The other thing is in AD, we have like informal, a lot of um, informal process, informal process. So as we are dealing with a lot of international organization, it's very important to keep transparent our process. And sometimes you are not able, for example, to keep a receipt. Most of the time you don't have the possibility to have receipt because most of the process of money you have, they don't have your possibility to have receipt. You don't do that and I give you that cash. Do that, give you that cash. So you have to be able to make sure that you are very consistent on your like on your I can say on your like rules about processing, different processing. And then Bamboo Facile, we have established a really strong process. We have a really strong administration that make our processes are more transparent, and then so that we can overcome the challenges.
Thank you, Juipille. And also, what advice can you give to youth who are interested in creating solutions like your in their local communities, and how they can start working on that?
Yes, so the first thing I would say, as well I always say, don't wait for the change, create it. The second is, it's for me, you can smart, you can start small, but with big vision. You don't have to wait for big things, big resources that you need to exactly, or you have the thing on your mind to do it. But you have to start with the resources that you have around you, but with the big vision. And many young in my community before, they say me, Facile, I want to do that, but I don't have money. I don't have this, I don't have that. I say You want to do that? Really? Okay. So you can start with what you have. So please keep me updated. So in 2 months, I see the progress. I understand. And now they become my colleague because they start with what they had and now they are going and that they are very comfortable in the state that they are. So I can give that same advice to potential change makers or entrepreneurs or leaders is we can start small, and I can say all the biggest thing that happen in the world, they start small and they just amplifying because the person that started as a vision, as a passion, and that passion make the thing that start grow, and now it's become global, it's become national. So you can start small but with big vision, with passion, and with a lot of confidence.
Thank you, Jupille. I think it really matters a lot, like starting from what you have and then amplifying what you do and making it bigger. So my next question is also very much related to your answer. So how have you been able to onboard your local communities or individuals to adopt your solutions?
First of all, I start Bamboo Facile because I saw a lot of shanty town, a lot of shanty town. When it's raining, the water goes inside the houses of people. When there is too much sun, it affects them, and it's really inadequate, uncomfortable. And in my mind, I say, oh my God, or I can be part, or I can help them. And fortunately, I made Bamboo, and I start a trial. I try a template, an houses template, and I saw it work. And then I do some community consultation, consultation, and then so I meet the university member, talk to them about, present my projects, like the scientific aspect of the bamboo housing. So when I made that, I meet the community. The community provide me their point of view. Different person provide me their point of view, and I take into account the different comment, suggestion, and then I make it adapt to their needs. And it's why all of our project really reflects the needs of the community because because we really take care of consultation with the community, and they become people that involve in our project, and most of the time they sponsor different projects, they involve in different way, even material resources, they do a lot of things. So I think the good thing is that so that you can be inspire yourself first that what you are doing is very good, what you are doing is related to the community, the community needs you. And the second thing is to show, to convince the community that the change that you bring, the solution that you bring is really related to them, and or they can make it what they need to make it perfect, and using using what they need, using the suggestion, the comment, and make it perfect. And then you will find the full involvement of the community.
Thank you, Jupille. That was a very insightful answer. And then now we will take questions from our Facebook audience. Please post your comments, post your questions in the comment section below, and then we'll ask our speaker to answer them. Thank you for your time, and now we are open for the questions.
Thank you very much for the presentation, and thank you for sharing your insights and knowledge. Thank you also again. I would also like to thank our audience for joining us today on today's webinar. And if you have any question, please feel free to post the questions in the chat box, and our speakers will be attending to them. If you have not joined YouthLead, I encourage you all to do so, and this will enable you to network with other young change makers and also join the discussion groups on YouthLead. As a member, you can post your content, share resources, your short videos or blogs, or even events and other funding opportunities with other young change makers on YouthLead. You can also join our discussion groups and also post your projects and also get visibility for your project. Every month, members also get to get YouthLead newsletters and where we highlight our young change makers on the platform. You can also follow us on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, to continue to engage with us. And above all, please reach out to our sponsors and continue discussion with them about these topics and also in the discussion groups. I would also use this opportunity to say thank you to our many sponsors. In addition to the funding, they contribute resources and also the youth network to the platform. And of course, you'll be hearing from YouthLead sponsors from time to time and on various webinars. Last but not least, again, I'd like to thank you all again for joining us today. We hope you will join us our next webinar and continue to check our event page on YouthLead for more webinar announcements, or even on Facebook for webinar announcements. And as said in the beginning, so the presentation will be available on the YouthLead website. Thank you all to all the registrants again, and I hope to see you next time.